Just running me, curly yellow dancing on me. Said she smelled a grin on me, and she straight from California. Freaky, yeah, she wanna be. Tell me she like.
Hey, welcome back to Sekien, no Inganock, yes sir. Everyone, grab your drinks, grab your popcorn. We're in for a long ride, all right? I don't know if it's gonna be long as episode 5, but I mean, maybe. Alright, let's go. We should be getting close to the end of this visual novel. I think we are about maybe like 3/4 of the way through. I think that's a reasonable guess. 3/4, 4/5. Anyway. Lots of stuff happened. We went through that cat's point of view in the last episode. I forget his name. But yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm not gonna recap last episode. You know, I'm terrible at recapping. Let's just get on with it. I bet. So this should be, who is this? What's his name again? That crazy guy? Deep underground, where no one's voice could reach, beneath all of the city's lower tiers, then even lower than that, Randolph, my boy, Randolph. Yes, sir. Hold on. Let me get myself comfortable. Alright. Man, one thing I prefer about this setup with my laptop compared to the setup with my desktop, this is a lot more comfortable. I have a lot more comfortable chair here. I do record in 1080p, but it doesn't really make a difference because this is a 3DS with the DS's resolution. So I bet. Alright, beneath all the city's lower tiers, and even lower than that, Randolph was digging holes tonight, as always. The underground madman dug holes, while talking with someone who couldn't be seen. Yo, what the heck is the shining secret green book, bro? Ain't no way. Is that the freaking the leprechaun's book? The leprechaun's book? Ain't no way he found that. A book full of riches, bad bitches. Yes, sir. Alright.
私に素晴らしく器用な指先を与えてくれたが、どうやら今は違うよ。困った。何？困ったのは今なのかと？もっと前からではないかというのか？さあ、どうだったか。そんなことはどうでもいいことだ。
The present time was 4 AM at night, or perhaps morning. Yo, what time is it right now, bro? 2:23 AM? Ain't no way. I'm gonna be staying up late tonight. I am not sleepy. Guy heard a voice and put down his glass. He could hear voices coming from the second floor. It was too early for that girl to be up. Was she having trouble sleeping? She'd said she didn't need the engine-type air conditioning, but it was very humid tonight. He turned around to see Kia walking down the stairs and into the living room. There was the sound of ice falling into strong distilled alcohol. Huh? Oh. Ha. Guy's become a jokester, man. Kia really humanized Guy. That is so crazy. That is... wow. Kia is a goat. I can't even hold you. Like, she isn't really my favorite character personally, but I gotta acknowledge she's a goat for this. She's a very important character in this story. I didn't like it either. Why would I need to do that to her?
起こしてしまったかな。すまないね。もう僕も寝るよ。
ねえ、もう朝の4時過ぎてる。
問題ないわ。6時には起きる。
どうしたの？
どうもしないよ。いつも通りさ。
He simply wasn't in the habit of sleeping that long. There was no other reason. None. So he'd decided to open the bottle he'd rarely drank from. That's all.
キヨ。
No words. Her pink eyes gazed at him. Guy couldn't understand why. He shrugged. He tried to say, "It's still too early for you to give up," in a gentle voice, but he was hoarse.
どうしてそんな目をするのかな。僕は何かをしたかい、キヨ。
心配だから。キー、今は何か変だもん。
心当たりがないな。今日はまた遠出だから早くお休み。
いや、
No?
だってあなた泣いているもん。
泣いてはいないよ。思い出しているだけさ。
何？
何をかな。そういえば思い出せない。
視界の端で道化師が踊っている。
Huh? Who is this? Who got the clown who got the clown disease now,
そ
bro?
の記憶は消え去ることがない。
え
楽器の中、無数の白い服、足音、怒鳴り声。
Is that the automation?
10年の月。
Yeah, it is.
それでも今も変わらずに思い出せる。
Oh, wow.
あの時、あの声を聞いた。
Ugh! Ugh! I hate that clown, man.
年、嘘など一つもないがさ。嘘をついているのは人間だけだ。
He opened his eyes. He felt a presence fill the room, and a chill ran through him. The presence of a normal morning. He could hear just a little of the warp birds twittering. His right eye, with its lingering equation, couldn't recognize any abnormalities. He couldn't even see the black cat. He was alone in his bedroom. He rubbed his temple and got up. No headache. No nausea either. He wasn't even sweating. His metabolic functions were calm. He wasn't stressed. He wasn't showing any physical reactions at all. A normal morning behind the normal screen of gray clouds. No one else was there. He didn't feel a thing. He'd had a bad dream. That was all. The place was full of nightmares already. Guy sighed.
消したんだ。あれは
I don't know about that clown, bro.
使い続けてるか。
I see. Clearly it's not over. It won't disappear just yet. Randolph. It seems I'm still insane. They're planning something, bro. They going crazy up in here. The sound of a clock. Is it time? Is it time? It continues to call. The second hand moves. It stops, pointing right at 0 o'clock. It is a pocket watch of white silver. It is a pocket watch carried by one man. The golden spiral staircase towering into the darkness. The man standing at the foot of it is none other than the silver watch's owner. With his master in the corner of his eye, continuing to climb the golden spiral staircase, the man continues to gaze at the watch, motionless. The man continues to gaze at the watch and speaks, like a chrome-built, machine-wound doll in an inorganic voice.
時間だ。充電は終了した。我が主。
Oh no!
入ります。
What? But you always say it's time. You always say it's time and it's never time, bro.
新薬 A の大量流通が開始され
Huh?
主よあなたの望んだ時が来た
Oh, hell nah. Oh, hell nah.
さあ楽しい間引きの時間の始まり
No, dog.
我らの生贄はどの程度持つかせめて
Wait. What if they're planning to sacrifice? What if they're planning to sacrifice people for these beasts? What if these monsters need sacrifices? What if? Huh. Wow, okay. The city skyscraper always wakes up early. The city's only high-rise building plate. Following the closure of the great underground engines, this place became the new cradle of engine technology. The upper tier assigned the administration of this high-rise economic and administrative ward to the city officers. It was a pivotal point for sending engine energy into every part of the city. Did all these countless buildings have their own pulse? With engine energy and calculation devices in place of blood, engine energy was money itself. The more money one moved, the wider their influence became.
私たちランナーの仕事場だ。
依頼の後始末っつったってロハだぜロハ
My boy David! Yes! That's my homie, man! I love David, bro! This guy's mad funny. And he's so cool! Oh my gosh, he's so cool. Look at his drip, man. He really looked like he'd beat me up.
いい迷惑だぜっつ
He's, bro,
こっちは問題なし
bro.
お前の方の守備はどうだ黒猫さん
And his voice is so like laid back, you know what I mean? He's got that homie voice. Black Cat San, what?
さあね、いいんじゃない？シティオフィサーを顎で使えるってのもなかなか。こっちは10分も前に多分充電完了さ。予備エンジンエネルギーパックは残り5個ね。これ結構かかりそう。
She pulled out a large chunk of iron. It began to gush out compressed steam. She quickly inserted it into a big engine connection interface. Who would waste their time on such chores? Addie gave a bored and frustrated sigh. The muscles and constitution she'd gained through mutations, training and implants were crying out in agony. These big-ass words. Carrying heavy objects was a pain. Fighting gracefully was her main skill. This was no different from engine factory labor. If she stained her precious ballistic leather suit, she'd demand another 2 figures. She made that decision.
点検はどう？馬のお姉さん。
馬じゃないです。タウロスですから。
Same difference.
問題なしです。予備増装10個確認。記録帳にメモしておきますね。
This the Trilinquent Trio. I like. Wait, Trilinquent Trio kind of hard. These, bro. I love these 3. I love every single one of these 3. I love these characters, man. I can't hate any one of these characters. Everyone is so chill and cool.
あと、あんまり文句言わないでください。エンジンコネクタが傷ついていた件について、上にすごく怒られたんですから。
Bro, I think the only one I don't like is what's his name? What's his name? That freaking Guy's college or university classmate. The one that like runs a hospital or something. Eerily. I don't like Eerily, bro. I am not a fan of him. After he asked for like the 50-50 split, bro, for doing barely anything, nah. He's unlikable. I don't know about him, man.
ああ、ごめんね。
I hate Eerily, man. I hate Eerily! It got damaged during the fight at the storage building a few days ago. when Addie had been dueling with the upper tier soldier. In light of that, she couldn't really say much. This was no good. The conversation was changing subjects. She stuck out her tongue on the inside. I'm sorry.
でもおかげで異常は収まったし、君もこっちも問題なし。ね、OK？
Okay.
確かにエンジンエネルギーの配分以上は収束したんですけど、なんか変なんですよね。
異常って何さ？
現在エンジンエネルギー配分のミスは規定の誤差範囲内で収まってるんですよ。今回の誤作動で仮想 D 区画へすごく大量のエンジンエネルギーが流入したっていう事実が判明しちゃったんです。でもそこから先が分からなくて、このお話は2級機密ですからね。
くちばしにジッパーかけとくよ。しかしそんなに変な話かね。
工場とかじゃないの？またエンジン精霊がポコポコ生まれたとか。
似てるんですよね。すごく精霊の自動生産とパターンが酷似してて、でも大量すぎるんです。本当にどこに行ったのかわからないんです。
That really is very strange. This is the place where numbers and energy accumulate.
エンジンエネルギー大量行方不明事件？
There was no explanation, and no large or sudden production of engine spirits had occurred. Explanation? No explosion. My dumbass. Her ears would never let something this important slip by. But what was it then? Where could the engine energy have gone to?
なんだろうね、不思議。勝手にどっか行くものでもないのにさ。
You know where it went to? It went to the freaking castle, man. That prince is scheming. I don't know. Whatever it was, Guy destroyed it a few days ago. While Addie had been crossing blades with the insane upper-tier soldier, Guy had destroyed the king of the city's skyscraper's information space. Addie didn't know that. That creature Bandersnatch.
んなことより急ぐぜ、アティ。こっちは次の仕事が控えてるんだ。コアトルとキチガイオーガが出たって話だ。
え、コアトル？本当に？10万の賞金がかかってるモンスター。
お前、朝の飯聞いてねえな。それでよくもまあ通り名がつくもんだ。
この後もお仕事なんですか？忙しいんですね。お気をつけて。
ま、死ぬ時は死ぬんだけどな。
そういうこと。
Bro, they're so cool! They're so cool. He said, I'll die when I die. Come on, David! Oh my god, I'm so mad at how cool he is, man. And Addie's so cool too, what he said. Don't try to pretend it's your own idea though. That's David's own idea. David the coolest one of you, bro. David the coolest out of all y'all. I don't care. But Addie's still my favorite. I mean, David's kinda cool. I mean, come on, dog. The small black shadow walks. Squish squash. This again? The large black shadow walks. Pitter patter. Two shadows stepped off the monorail. A large black shadow and a small black one. Wait, did they just abandon the engine spirit? Oh, never mind. Oh, no, they did. The small kettle shadow was no longer there. He run out of fuel in the upper tier staircase park, and they had no money to refuel its steam tank. They had no choice but to leave it there. The big shadow said it would probably start moving again at some point, and the young girl nodded. She arrived here by following him. They got off the monorail, heading straight for a light hill. At long last, she could see a small cooperative residence. He said the person she was looking for was waiting there.
ここ
訪れる人はそうはいない。訪れる時は死んでほしくない者がいる時。お前さんに見合っているかどうかはわしにはわからない。引き合わせて損はないはずだから。
I think Iru's bringing the girl to Gi and Kia. This is Gi's residence, right? The young girl nodded. If teacher Iru would take her there, she didn't mind. If he'd introduced them, she didn't mind. The two of them had circled the city over the last 2 days and had finally arrived at this apartment. The small cooperative residence with so few residents. This was Gi's place. I knew it. Apartment of mine. The man couldn't hide his shocked expression. The old teacher called him Gi. It looked like he was just about to leave. It looked like. Why did I read that as if? They'd come at just the right time. The young girl said, "Nice to meet you," with a kitten's whisper. Then the eyes of the girl beside him sparkled. "Cute," she said. The girl standing beside him tilted her head. "Cute," she said.
いらっしゃいませ。
Oh, Ruaha, what's up?
本日はドクターは巡回診療の予定です。明日もドクターは巡回診療の予定です。明後日以降においでください。私の予測では明後日もドクターは巡回診療の予定ですが。
ルアハ。
Oh, snap, it's Gi.
あのね、ルアハ、お客様を追い返してはダメなのよ。はい、キーヤ、命令受諾です。私は来客を追い返しません。
新たな友ができたようだね。
Gi and friends.
友人を作れているのは嬉しいよ。
That's just what I said.
ようやく何かを学べたのかな。
Iru's been watching this and seeing Gi retain his humanity.
すみません、老師。失礼しました。どうかお座りになって。
構わないよ。突然の珍客だ。ただね、君に託したいことがある。さあ、黒絹の子。
ドクター。
When the young girl smiled, the man called Gi introduced himself. He didn't return her smile. The young girl knew. Ah, this person must have been someone who didn't smile. She knew that right away, just by looking at his face.
よろしく。老師のご縁の方ですね。お名前を伺っても。
名前がわからないそうだ。どこから来たのかもわからないらしい。
何かとは？
そこから先は君の仕事だよ。
わかりました、色おじ様。お引き受けいたします。よろしくね。国威だから。
Bro. Iru be giving Gi a whole family right now, bro. We got Gi and Addie and Kia and whoever this is now.
クロちゃん。
Kuro-chan. Kuro. We got freaking Gi, Kuro, Kia, and Addie, bro. It's like a whole family. It's a family of 4. Ain't no way. Oh, and don't forget, what's her name? The automation. Ruaha. It's so hard to remember that name. Ruaha is such a unique name. Alright, Ruaha. Alright, bet.
クロちゃん。
いや、僕は分かっていない。老師、お言葉ですが、僕は巡回医です。それも真っ当な医者じゃない。なぜ僕に？
キーヤを君はそばに置いているね。それに 新しい友人もいる。
私はルアハです。ごきげんよう、オールドマン。
いい子だ。さあ、ギ頼んだよ。わしはしばらくこの層をうろついているから、良い知らせを待っていることとしよ
ローシール、確かにキーヤも身元不明です。ですがそれとこれとは。
何か違うの？キーヤとこの子は何が違うの？
The young girl tilted her head. At the same time, the girl called Ruaha did too. The young girl thought, the girl called Kia is the same as me? She didn't look the same, so she couldn't be sure. However, Gi closed his mouth and rubbed his temple for 2 seconds. That's what I'm saying, bro. Why are you trying to make a whole family out of Gi, bro?
う。今まで。
Until now. Bro. Oh my gosh. Iru, bro. Iru, this is a bit much. Gi has no choice. Well, I mean, who else is gonna take the girl? I guess. I don't know. Deep underground, where no one's voice could reach, my boy Randolph. Beneath all the city's lower tiers, then even lower than that, Randolph was digging holes tonight as always. The underground madman dug holes, while talking with someone who couldn't be seen.
将軍なのだよ、困ったことに。誰がそうしろというわけではない。中には私には穴掘りがお似合いだと言ってくれる親切な連中もいるにはいるがね。虫とか。輝ける銀は鍵となって私を翻弄する。それはすなわち光であって私は焼かれる。私は以前までは蝶に焦がれる太陽熱だった。太陽とは何かという。それは立ち込める灰色雲の向こう、かつてこの惑星に蒼天がありし頃の光。そうかもしれないな。届かぬがゆえに人は涙に暮れるのかもしれない。
視線は背を向けた誰かには届かない。それでも私は彼女を見る。出て行くキーヤの後ろ姿を見送って私はアイドリングを取る。与えられた命令は待機。私はアパルトメントの保安維持と理解した。だからスリープモードにはならない。なれない。ルーハン、お留守番お願いしますね。キーヤの言葉が反復される。いかなるエンジンをも使用せずとも声が蘇る。
Bro, a family of 5 is crazy. It's 5, right? I said a family of 4, but no, this is a family of 5. Let me recount. Addie, Gi, Ruaha, Kia, and then the other girl, which I already forgot the name of. So that's 5. Wow.
キーヤの言葉だけだ。私の脳に届く。私の心に届くものはキーヤとギー、そして黒気味の子。あのエゼクの老人もアパルトメントを出て行った。私は私に残された限られた頭脳で思考する。彼らの会話の意味、何を意図していたか。この子の探し物を探すのですね。あの黒絹の子、あれが求めているものを探索する。それが彼らの交わした会話内容だった。身元の特定と同義だろうか。老人はそうは言っていなかったが。コネクト用クラックエンジン起動。情報検索状態へ移行。私 私の全身を構成する金属塊。クラックによって生み出されるエンジンが私の体。生体部分などほんのわずか。各層の市民に分配されるエンジンエネルギーを導く動力管の接続口。そこへ私は鋼の手のひらをかざす。金属の擦れる音。肘の球体関節がわずかに動き、手首が折れる。生物であれば骨の覗く場所にエンジンコネクター。普段は動力の充電を行う際に使用する。しかし別の使い道もある。コネクト。動力管の接続口へと手首断面のコネクターを押し込む。接合する。接合。感知芯および探査芯を露出。情報空間に接続。都市摩天楼でのみ可能とされるライブラリへのアクセス。それはこうして外部からでも行える。都市全体を駆け巡るエンジンエネルギー情報網。これに接続しほんのわずかに干渉を図る。こうすることで都市摩天楼のライブラリにも遠隔アクセスできる。当然都市行政に対する敵対行為であるが。
Is this the cause of the whole engine energy thing that Addie and David were talking about? That strange engine thing that was happening? I forget exactly the details, but was it because of Ruaha doing this?
ランナーの一種であるハッカーたちがそう言ってのけるように露見しなければ問題ない。
Yeah, it's her. Okay.
ライブラリにアクセス。検索開始。検索終了。検索結果。ライブラリに正確な該当情報は存在しない。類似情報たる1322件は不適当と判断。一切の情報なし。ああ、それはつまりキーヤと同じということなのか。
We're back in hell. Oh, Stanislaw.
5級6級は103名、4級以上は20名だ。さて、お前の連れてきたガキは何級だ？
Bro, Stanislaw, man, I missed you. I missed you.
わからない。
帰れ。まるでキーヤの時とそっくり同じだ。全くもって旨味というものが存在せん。お前の相手をしてる暇はないぞ、ドクター。俺も忙しい。何せ各層で大騒ぎだからな。金のないお前相手に割く人員もコネもない。
随分と忙しいらしいが、ピクサー、君らしくもないな。
らしくないのはどっちだ、気違いクラッキング毒。向こうで遊んでいる黒いガキもキーヤもどっちも俺にとっては疫病神だ。俺は無限雑踏街の顔だ。泥を塗るな。厄介なことはもうたくさんだ。帰れ。
大騒ぎとは何かな？
狩りから引くぞ。新型ドラッグだ。
アムネロールか。物騒だな。
The new drugs that were shaking the back alleys of the lower tiers. In the broadest sense, two kinds existed. One was the crime gangs' underground illusionary toxin. It was said to grant an ecstasy resembling death itself. The city was the sort of place that overflowed with humans wanting to give it a try. The other was amnerol. It seemed to be a substance that made even analysis engines throw up their hands. It was said to manifest the joys of the past, but whether it really did do that remained unclear. Every night, a few hundred crimes were committed by addicts high on their latest fix, Admiral. A flower said to drive people mad.
狂気なら間に合ってるんだがね。どこの誰が撒いているんだか。
So, the prince's servant was talking about unleashing the drugs or something like that. So they obviously had a part to play in this. Now, does it have something to do with satiating the hunger of the beasts? Or do they just want to see the world burn? Or did the beasts turn them evil? Or is there a kind of grander plan here to defeat the beasts somehow by doing this? I don't know. But whatever the case, the Grand Prince he's up to something, and he's really manipulating Inganock. I don't know why, but he is.
これまでの日ではないぞ。この2日で中毒者の事件が3倍に膨れ上がってる。異常だ。まっとうなしのぎじゃない。というわけでだ、ドクター。雑多な情報なんざ拾っていられるか。金を出す気があるなら嬢ちゃんたちを頼れ。ついでにお前用の仕事も用意してやろう。いいタイミングだったかもな、ドクター。
あの子たちか。
He remembered their pink eyes and hair. He'd never done any real work with those twins. But if this old man said so, then there shouldn't be a problem. Come to think of it, he hadn't seen them for a few days now, though he was going to anyway at some point. Those twins' scope of activity was amazing.
もっとも嬢ちゃんたちにとってはどうか。それどころじゃないかもしれんがね。
というと、
仕事の詳細はこのエンジンカードに記してある。読んでおけ。お前がしくじれば双子は使い物にならん。俺は願ってもないことだがな。せいぜい期待させてもらおう。何せお前は疫病神だからな、ドクター。
2度言わなくてもわかるよ。僕は疫病神だろうさ。
いや、分かっているものか。キーヤだよ。結局のところ、あの娘はどういうんだ。お前の狭苦しい部屋には似合わんだろうに。よければ身請け先ぐらいは探すな。
冗談。
本気だとも。
なら嘘が下手だ。
He shrugged his shoulders. Guy wished the old man farewell with his back. Her hair was wet. It was mostly hidden underneath the hood. Kia noticed that, after asking whether she'd been to Crowded Street, the young girl had nodded when she said yes. She saw several small drops fall down. She almost mistook them for tears.
雨は降っていないのにシャワーを浴びたまま
I don't know.
それともため池に落ちてしまったね、濡れちゃってるわ髪拭きましょうハンカチーフあるからでも風邪をひいてしまうし熱だってね、フードを脱いでフードを取るのは嫌？そうなの？困ったな。
The young girl wouldn't take off her hood. She hardly said anything, only showing her face. The young girl never started a conversation herself. But at times, she'd look around the place as if searching for something. What was she searching for? The young girl wouldn't even answer that. She nodded slightly, twittered slightly, and smiled slightly.
可愛いのだけどもう少しだけでいいの ができたらいいの。
Kia, you're one to talk. What do you mean? We ask you where your origins are from, and you're like, anyway, like, come on, just answer us, man. She was searching for what she was searching for. That ought to be no easier than grabbing a cloud, but Kia never asked the girl about it. Kia just knew that mysterious people and mysterious things weren't rarities in this city. Guy said so rather often, and then Guy returned. He was walking back from old man Stanislaus' shop.
おかえりなさい。亀のおじさまからお話は聞けた？
Nope.
スタニスワフは忙しいそうだ。双子を紹介してくれたよ。親切なことに僕の仕事もそこで用意されているらしい。
He said, see the twins? I'm trying to see Addie's twins. Ayo, ayo, ayo!
お仕事？アグネスとフランシスカがくれるの？
How do you remember those names? The sheep twins? How do y'all remember those names, bro?
そう。パンの双子の情報屋だ。知ってるのか？
Agnes and Francisca.
知ってるみたい。会ったことあるのね。可愛らしい羊の姉妹さん。
知り合いか。なら話は早いかもしれない。早速降りてみようか。
降りるの？双子さんよく雑踏街にいるけれど。
スタニスワフの店を借りてるだけなんだ。これから行くのは自宅の方さ。それなりに距離があるからね。モノレールを使おう。
Bro, the fact that Agnes and Francisca can even interact with Stanislaw, I feel like they have such opposite personalities. You know what I mean? Kia tilted her head. If the twins lived in such a faraway, I can't read! A faraway tier, why were they always going to Crowded Street? The young girl next to her also tilted her head. She looked toward Kia and blinked.
そんなに遠いの？
ここよりもずっと下の層だ。第二水源地区さ。
第二水源地区。
The second lower tier water supply ward. Her heart leaped at the patches of green floating around her, but that pleasure soon vanished. It wasn't like the upper tier staircase parks. It was different from that greenery in every way. Even the sensation of stepping onto the grass felt different, harder somehow. None of the softness of luxuriant greenery, no enveloping scent of flowering plants, not even a sign of insects or other living things. This place was different. Soiled, sunken greenery. A lake so muddy no one could hardly see through it. As if someone had maliciously destroyed an upper tier staircase park. The odor attacking her nostrils must have been the water. A vast, vast lake stretching as far as the eye could see. The second lower tier water supply ward. A drinking reservoir for the citizens. Kia held back her darkened feelings and forced her expression to stay soft. She smiled at Guy.
ねえギ、ここにも木々や草花があるのね。
そうだね。ここはね、キア。まだ都市に復活が訪れるよりも以前に、巨大湖の麓の漁師たちが移り住んだ地区だ。仮想の人々の生活用貯水池であると同時に、漁師町なんだよ。今でもね。ほら。
Guy was pointing at a fleet of boats. When she squinted her eyes, she could see little boats here and there on the surface of the immense reservoir. Boats were bobbing up and down everywhere, except in the vicinity of a certain building. It looked like a filtration plant.
そう、正解。
そう。
Kia's gaze locked onto Guy's face. It had been locking on for a while. She'd been looking up at him every chance she got. She just kept peering into Guy's face and eyes. Before leaving Crowded Street for the monorail station, he left the young girl with Ruha. That happened a few hours ago before they arrived at the ward. A few hours. Oh. Oh, okay, the blue-eyed girl. Okay. I guess she's at Gi's house right now with Ruaha. She'd been doing that the whole time, sneaking glances at Gi.
なんだい何か気になることがあるかな
いいえ置いてきてよかったのかな。
ああ構わないよ僕の仕事を終えないことにはねうせ者探しを双子に頼めるのはその後になるね
そう。
Again, she gazed at his eyes. If the light in his eyes was like this water,
いつもの色。あ、なんでもないの。いつもの芸のようだから安心しました。
今朝はすまなかったねもうしないよキ
はい。
as long as he understood, those few hours were worth it. She whispered, "Thank goodness." She let go of Gi's cloak and watched her feet on the grass so she wouldn't trip over. She tried approaching the water and peeked in.
あまり水辺に顔を寄せてはいけないよ危ないから
ハイギー、もしかして怖いモンスターが？
一般的にね上層階段公園以外の水辺は水妖が生息することが多いから
Hold up. Let me turn my PC notifications off. I just got a notification. I don't think you guys would have heard it because... Oh, hold on. I don't think you guys would have heard it because I got my 3DS audio isolated. Yo, how do I turn that off? How do I put Do Not Disturb on? Ah, whatever. I'll figure it out later. It's no big deal, I guess. Alright, bet.
この地区は確かああいやどうだったかなここはそうか第二水源もっと古い伝承があったような
何？
古い伝承があった気がするきっと10年よりもずっと前のものだボネガット老人なら伝承を覚えているかもしれないな
Who is Vonnegut, man? Who are these people? Bro, we keep getting introduced to new characters all the time. It just never ends, man. It's just like Higurashi. Mr. Vonnegut, a fisherman who lived in the second water supply ward for a long time. Kia had asked Gi about him during the monorail ride. He was the biological grandfather of the little twins and an old man who fished in the reservoir. He was said to be a leading figure in the fisheries supporting the city's lower tiers. The request that Stanislaus said was prepared for him, Gi's work, was healing this old fisherman. The twins will be indebted to us. If I can heal old man Vonnegut, then we'll be able to get some rare information. That's what Gi had said. He'd quickly handled it in terms of favors and debts. That wasn't Gi's nature, but that of the city itself. Kia didn't seem to like it.
さあ行くよ危ないからこっちへおいで
ハイギー。
Those twins' house. So old man Vonnegut's residence must be close. She stopped peeking into the water and held Gi's hand. Today, as always, his hand was cold. While walking, she turned around. She saw a man between the dorsal fins of the fish on one of the bobbing fishing boats.
はーい、どなたですか？
We're back in hell, baby. Alright.
第二水源漁業組合にランドブよ。
Y'all are so loud, man. Gorgeous voices met them. But the moment they saw Gi's face, their tones dropped. If her eyes didn't deceive her, the twins wore strange expressions at that moment. Complex expressions, as if bothered but relieved. She thought it was mysterious and was late with her greeting.
ごきげんようアグネス。こんにちはフランシスカ。あらあな これはかわいいかわいいドクターのおちごさん。遠路はるばる偏僻な貯水池まで何のご用？あらあら、これはご高名な変人でいらっしゃるドクター。わざわざ私たちの顔を見にここまで？
どうかな。ミスターはご在宅かい？
あら失礼ね、ドクター議員。残念だけれどおじい様は不在なの。またおいでになってくださるかしら。お茶の一つもお出しせずに失礼遊ばせ。何かね、もっと話しかけてくる二人なのに。
アグネス、フランシスカ、お茶の用意を。その二人は私に用があるようだ。
Bro, how do you look like this as a father and then like birth these like two kawaii annoying girls, bro? They're so short. What?
二人ともいい子だから。お前たちのしつけはすなわち私の責任だ。この老人に恥をかかせないでくれるかな。
お茶入れてきます。
The old man appeared silently, taking the place of the twins who disappeared inside to do as instructed. They begrudgingly nodded. Vonnegut. An intrepid old man. From far away, he could easily be mistaken for a youngster. What does intrepid mean, bro? Let me look this up, bro. Intrepid. Definition? Fearless, adventurous, often used for rhetorical or humorous effect. Okay. I mean, he got the cowboy hat on, so I believe it. From far away, he could easily be mistaken for a youngster. I don't know. Oh, from far away? I mean, I guess so. But his facial features kind of, you know, he looks like an old man. His skin was burnt slightly black, and his fisherman's body had grown more robust with age.
久しぶりだね。お久しぶりです、ご老人。突然の来訪をお許しいただきたい。
許すかどうかは話次第だと思うがね。そちらのお嬢さんは初めて見る顔だな。
はじめましてミスター。キーヤと言います。ドクターの助手をさせていただいてます。
おお、助手かね。
見習いですよ。
それで要件は？助手まで伴ってジジイの顔でも見に来たかね。それはそれで嬉しいが、そうではあるまい。
アグネスとフランシスカからです。雑踏街のスタニスワフを経由していますが、あなたの治療を依頼されたのです。ご老人、病に伏せっておられるとか。
The old man smiled, but it wasn't a smile of joy. Kia gazed intently at him. Something should have been hidden deep in the old man's eyes, but it was lightly locked away. I can't see what it is. Just like the sky filled with gray. Oh, damn.
私に特別な治療は必要ない。弱みを作りたくないものでね。出て行きなさい。あの子らに何も残せない私が誰かにあの子らへの弱みを作れるかね。
ご老人、僕は
君を疑うわけではないよ。人を疑うのだ。わかるだろう。私は当然の判断をしている。帰りなさい。
わかりました。帰りましょう。ですが、せめて診察だけでも。
それなら好きにするといい。すでに 私は自分自身の体を知っているから。
感謝します。
Bro, imagine Guy examines him, and then he lies his ass off, and he's like, "No, Vonagut, you have aberitis." Like, no, he doesn't. Oh my god, that'd be funny. As Guy spoke, a panel of light formed over his right eye. The cracking light of the phenomenon equation. The exam ended in a mere 2 seconds. Guy accurately recognized the man's physical condition simply by looking at him with the right eye.
どうギー、すぐに治せるよね。ねえドクター。
蒸気病とキラ病を併発している。形質変異が始まっている。
どちらの病名も私は知っている。ギーが言っていた。本でも目にした。
Steam poisoning, a disease in which engine fumes are continually absorbed, thus damaging the respiratory organs. A normal disease. The abdominal taboo infection. A city disease which mutated the body into a fantastic mutant. What? It twisted genes and changed people's forms. A combination of the two wouldn't change the external appearance at all. Instead, it would create a new lethal disease which mutated a person's basic nature. That fell under the city's definition of death. A fatal disease that couldn't be combated. Healing it from the outside was hard, even using the phenomenon equation.
急性のものですね。手を入れなければおそらくは。
そう。長く持っても数日程度だ。治せると思うかね。
できないと僕が言うとお思いですか。
言わんのだろうがね。噂は聞いているよ。変わり者のクラッキングドクター。
ミスター、きっとまだ間に合います。だから。
残念だがね、可憐なお嬢さん。私が許したのは、お茶が間に合わずに申し訳なかったね。さあ、出て行きなさい。帰り道は、水辺には近寄らずにいたまえ。
This was the second time he'd been chased out, and the first time the old man had done it. He thought about that as he looked at the unhealthy grasses around them. He whispered about how common this sort of thing was, and asked what he'd been doing this whole time. When she tried to grab Guy's cold hand, that voice reached her. "Wait," it said. The twins' words behind them. A tone of voice they'd never heard.
教えてくれない？病気のこと何か言ってたかしら？ドクターは治しに来てくれたのよね？
彼は自分の症状をよく理解している。治療は必要ないそうだ。
なんで？治療断ったのはどうしてなの？
なぜかな。
Kiyowachi shrugged his shoulders. Wouldn't he say it? What the old man had said about the twins? Guy won't say anything. He's just looking quietly at the sunken twins.
私たちの仕事のこと、おじいちゃん気にしてたりするの？
Ah, so that was it. Kia understood the twins' words and the meaning behind their complex expressions not too long ago. The old man wouldn't receive healing for their sake. Because he was thinking about them, these two living in the city. And the twins know that. They sensed it.
考えすぎだ。 僕と彼との間の話だよ。
ダメダメダメダメダメ、直して銀ドクター、おじいちゃんを直してあげて。何回分でも仮にしてあげるから。お願いお願い、直してドクター、おじいちゃんを助けてあげて。何でもするわ、何でもするから。私たちがプレゼント。
A present? Sekien for gift. But a gift from who to whom?
プレゼントあげる約束したの。7日後のおじいちゃんの誕生日に。だからそれまでは絶対に生きてるっておじいちゃん言ったの。なのにね、ダメなの。おじいちゃん昨日、その前の日からおじいちゃんみるみる弱ってたくさん咳して、たくさんシーツいっぱい血を吐いてる。
Kia looked at their eyes. Ah, they weren't crying, and yet their trembling voices conveyed it. Save our grandfather, even though no tears are falling down.
ドクター、お願い助けて。お金ならいくらでも出すから。金庫に溜め込んでるの全部出すから。足りない分は何でもして稼ぐから。やれないことだって何でもするから。ドクター、ドクター、助けて、お願いお願い。
Their words overlapped. Their voices were normally bright and clear and full of energy, but now they sank in unison. Kia looked aside, up at the expression of the cracking dock before her. He was silent. Was he searching for words? Or...
ギー、ドクター。
She grabbed his sleeve hard. She pulled hard. She didn't want him to leave like this. She didn't want him to abandon the man.
違う。誰かを見捨てるギーを見たくない。
いい心がけだが、あまり褒められたことじゃないな。いくらでもなんて言葉は特に。僕でなければ困った事態になるところだ。
ギー、思わず笑みが漏れる。やっぱりギーはギーでいてくれる。それじゃ
どうせ元から違法行為だ。多少は無理強いの治療だってするさ。しかしあれはなかなか頑固だな。ミスター・スミスのように話を聞く土壌があればありがたいのだけど。
John Smith, the man who gave his Sekien blood. Kia remembered him. That's the goat, man. Back then, yes. Guy found something he could make use of to resolve the situation. The current situation was the opposite of that in many ways. She thought a little. Guy smiled, turned toward Guy. What? Kia smiled, turned toward Guy.
この前はギーがお話をしたわ。だから今回はキアに任せてください。きっと訳を聞いてみせるから。
A huge lake. The second water supply reservoir, filled to the brim with muddy drops. If this enormous reservoir was made up of countless teardrops, how many people's tears had it taken? The shadow of an old man at the water's edge. When she saw him, Kia thought, it looks almost as if he's crying. Because she thought that, because she saw that.
君か、お嬢さん。確か名前はキヤと言ったかな。まだ帰っていなかったのかね。
はい。あなたとお話がしたくて。
嬉しいことを言ってくれる。一緒にいたか細い医者先生はどうしたね。
じいは向こう、ここにはいません。どうか気を悪くしないでください。あなたはなんだかお医者様が嫌いみたいだったから。
そうか。
Normally, he'd probably show a cheerful yet forceful smile, but now it felt lonely and weak. The old man's body was healthy and slightly blackened. But even Kia could tell at a glance that some disease, some power, was eating away at him.
いや、悪いね。笑うつもりはなかったんだが。
いいえ、お構いなく。悪いだなんて思いません。じいも。
随分と仲がいいようだね、君たちは。そうか、そう見えたかい。嫌っているわけではないがね。そのつもりも私にはないよ。直してほしいとは思わない。それだけだ。私は死ぬ。余計なものを残したくない。それだけのことだね。
瞳を見つめる。私はきっと間違えている。なぜ嘘を言うのですか、ミスター。
嘘？
あなた、きっと嘘をついている。訳を聞かせてください。
嘘などついてはいないよ。
嘘。それも嘘です。瞳を見つめる。彼にもギーと同じものがあるから。
勘の鋭い子だ。ドクター・ギーには不似合いな助手だよ。
The old man sighs, shrugged his shoulders, and shook his head. She found his resigned tone of voice a little unpleasant. The old man turned around. For some reason, the wrinkles in his face stood out. Right when he acknowledged Kia's words, she had a sudden hallucination of the man weakening. The old man returned his gaze once more to the water's surface, and said in a low voice, "Please keep this quiet."
孫たちには黙ってくれるかい？あまり幻滅させたくはないのだね。わがままだと思うかい？
いいえ、思いません、ミスター。
ありがとう。私にはね、約束があるんだ。
約束？
そう。ずっと昔に交わした約束。今は思い出すことさえ難しい。65年前のことだ。まだずっと私が幼かった頃、きっと君よりも若く未熟だった頃、年のあり方がすべて異なっていた頃、第二貯水池で出会った一人の少女、あれと約束してしまったんだ。ひどく簡単な約束だ。いつか私がおじいさんになって今にも死にそうなくらいに弱った時、それでも漁師を続けていたら、そっちへ連れて行ってほしいと。
一人では寂しい。あなたといたい。
そうささやいた少女のために、私たちは共に生きることはできない。生産力を減らした家の末路は悲惨だ。でもせめて私が私の命を唯一自由にできる最後の時だけは、その時だけはこの子に全てをあげようと。今となっては顔も覚えていないがね。 た話だ。きっと初恋を思い出して猛録したのだよ。今日死んでも明日に死んでも何も変わりはしないというのに、なぜか思うんだ。このお迎えには逆らうまいと。
I feel like if I did that, I might not ever meet her. The old man laughed with a dry voice. A horribly lonely, horribly sad laugh.
孫たちにはすまないとしか言えない。笑ってくれて構わない。私のわがまま。本当にあの子たちにはすまない。
Okay, I get it now. So, this old man, Vonnegut, wants to join her first love into the afterlife, basically. He's like resigning with life. He's like, I've had enough. This life has been long. Inganock has turned hellish, so I don't even want to live anymore that much. My two daughters have a line of profession that I completely don't agree with, but at least they can make their ends meet. They're self-sufficient. So what's the point? I'm keeping my first love waiting up in heaven, and I want to go up to her and join her. That's what I gather from all this. That's what he seems to be thinking. Kia could shake her head, but she couldn't quite pick her words. The old man's feelings might have been noble, but Kia didn't know what she should say to them. Was one's first love enough to accept death? What was that girl doing now? Had she died a long time ago? Or was she protecting their promise, even now? Was she waiting for the old man's death?
わからなかった。だから私は黙ったままで。
Infinitely crowded street late at night. Crowds filled with noise and ruckus. This was the most colorful time for a place that knew no night. All of the people going back and forth overflowed with a powerful will. That will allowed them to survive in this horrible city environment. Beautiful and angry voices. Laughter and weeping. All of them, they were all things she hadn't felt from the old man.
ドロシーでさえもっと
She rolled her thoughts around. That was why, when Guy unexpectedly spoke to her, she hesitated, opening and closing her mouth for no reason.
落ち着いて。ずっと考え事をしている。
わからないからどうしたらいいのかわからないの。約束を守るってあの人は言う。でも
仕方がないさ。
Guy rubbed Kia's head with the palm of his hand. That was how he behaved toward children. She really wanted him to stop it, but right now it calmed her down. It lightened her heart and the incomprehensible things which filled it.
彼は老人で男性だ。以前のドロシーの時とは違って当然だ。
キーみたいにできない。
僕も君と同じことはできない。 ドロシーに語りかけたのは君だった。
キーはこんな時どうするの？
さて、どうするかな。本人に自覚があるのが救いだけれど。
意地悪。
When she let out a small grievance, the palm of his hand once again rubbed the top of her head.
時間を置こう。だから余裕はない。明日の夜明けすぐに彼と会いに行く。たかだか数時間後でも何かを吐露した後の時間の揺さぶりだ。いくらかは心理的な効果をもたらすはずさ。
Was he just trying to cheer her up? Or did he seriously think that he could persuade the man? Could Guy persuade that man? When they reached the apartment, the shorthand on the watch had already passed 0. Ruaha and one other came out to greet them. It was already quite late. They'd been thinking about going to bed. The young girl stood next to Ruaha. She also said, "Welcome home." Kia crouched down low, making her eye level match hers. Then the young girl spoke to her. "What have you been doing?"
そう、第二水源地区。ここよりももっと下にあるそう。あなたのことを調べてくれる人がいるの。アグネスとフランシスカ、双子の羊の情報屋さん。でもね、その前に直さないといけない人がいるから、ごめんね、もう少しだけ待って。なぜ笑うのだろう。ほっとしたような小さな息をついて。よかった。
Ah. The clown is dancing at the edge of my vision. It vanished, but now it reappeared once again. For some reason, the clown made him recall the past. 10 years had passed. His memories were now tender fragments. Countless memories draped in red and black hues. On that day, at that time, I'm sure. Towards someone who's trying to say something, with this hand.
こんにちは。そろそろ諦めてもよい頃だ。君は分かっているはずだ。
Guy opened his eyes. The inside of his room was still dark. It was night. Cheap engine factory made curtains covering the glass window. The other side of it was filled with darkness, and the lack of anything twittering told him it was still night. The equation lingered in his right eye so he could see it, faster than he could feel its presence. His right eye recognized the high amount of carbon dioxide in the room. He really couldn't beat her at her own job. If that cat seriously snuck under the cover of night, then an amateur like Guy would never sense her. He learned that very well. The form of someone quieting her breath. Guy laid eyes on her a breath later than usual. With eyes now used to the night's darkness, he was finally able to see the body laying beside him. He called out to the shadow. The shadow that had been gazing at him without sleeping. Her eyes flickered slightly. Yup.
ごめん、起こした。まだ起きるには早いよね。
偶然嫌な夢を見ただけだよ。本気の君に僕が気づけるわけがない。
眠り浅いからすぐ起きるっていつも言うくせに。
そうかな。
うん、そうだよ。
Addie's beside me. The cat of pliant and agile chrome steel. Securing her sleeping space as always. Curling up as always. And yet, something felt amiss. Did her voice feel different somehow? Something wasn't the same as usual. Was the shaking in her voice just his imagination? No, he was sure of it. Those words had been wavering. Guy's right eye brought up potential reasons. The number of wounds on Addie's body had increased again.
また怪我をしているね。無茶をするなと何度言わせる。
There were a few more wounds now. He tried to touch her shoulder, but the cat's hand stopped him. A large Pikiel hand bigger than any human's. Fingers with the texture of velvet. They twisted around his cold
邪魔
fingers.
したわけじゃないのさ。ちょっとね。悪い夢を見たのよね、ギー。どんな夢だった？
覚えていない。
そうなの。嘘が上手なドクターギー。すぐわかるんだから。
嘘は
うん。そう。そう。
Her beautiful golden eye was looking at him. That right eye was rare even among Pukel. They exchanged gazes amidst the silence. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Normally this would be impossible. Addie was the one who looked away. The black cat opened her lips and spun words before her golden eye could suck out his
ど
resistance.
っちでもいいんだ、そんなことは。意地悪してるよ、私。ねえ、キスして。
Huh?
ダメだ。
No. Come on. He softly released her twisting fingers and put the palm of his hand to her white cheek. Oh. Hot. Addie's skin had built up enough heat to transfer some warmth to Guy's cold fingertips. A lot of heat. Maybe because of her biz.
ひどく疲れているね。アティ。眠った方がいい。
いつもそういうね、ギー。疲れてるから、いつもダメだって。
今夜は僕じゃない。疲れているのは
そうかな。そうかもしれない。簡単なビズのはずだったのさ。厄介なものはいつだってそう。誰かが言うんだ。ごく簡単なビズだって。いつだってそう。いつだってみんなして騙されて。早く君の寝顔を覗きに行けるとか余計なことを考える。
A portion of her words wavered. Guy pretended not to see her eyes quivering.
寂しいな。
2 of her runner comrades had died. Not David, bro. The black cat continued, smiling with a hint of self-scorn.
知ってる？ラムネロール、新型の。あれで狂った青がを仕留めるときにね、あっという間に2人殺されたんだ。
One had his skull crushed by steel fangs. One had his heart ripped out by steel limbs. The black cat spoke, as if whispering, as if shaking. I hope it's not David, man. And she had to watch all that too.
ちょっと仕留めたけどさ、あっという間だったんだ。ネギ、仲間が死んでも体は動くんだ。ランナーだもの、それのビズ。10年前に得たこの足が奴の牙を避けて、10年前に得たこの目が奴の首を捉えて、いつも通りのことをしたのさ。抑えきれない相手にするいつものことは。笑っちゃうね、ギー。未だに私はどこかで意識をするんだ。このクロームで何をするか、何をしてきたか。クロームで奴の頸動脈を確かに切り裂いた。1年以上一緒に仕事をしてた仲間の死体が足元に転がっていても気にもしなかった。その時は少しは思った。 これで不利になったななんて情の薄い女になるね。どんどん私クロームが多くなってる。
奪還世が起こっているだけで人は死になれる。
そう。じゃあ殺しにもなれるのかな。何も感じなくなる。
I have a hunch that Guy himself feels this every day. After all the infinite tears, her body had grown used to so many things. Yes, even to death. Guy didn't return her words. Guy couldn't return her words. He just touched her cheek and gazed at her golden eye.
すぐ検視が来たんだ。層の掃除屋でも並列葬儀組合でもなくて、上層の息のかかった白い服のあいつら。ハッカーに頼んで調べた仲間が言ってた。テストだって。
Test?
新型の薬効を試していた節があるって。アミネロールがどれだけ効いてどうやって狂っていくのかとか。上層の連中暇だよね。上層の貴族様、都市の支配者、私たちを守ってくれない王様。おかしいね。こんなの今に始まった話じゃないのに、私何か変だ。誰も彼もが死んでいく、生き延びていることはきっと偶然。そんなの誰に言われなくたって。殺してるのが私じゃなければ殺されてるのは私なんだ。そんなことは分かってる。でも私たちいつからこんな感じになっちゃったんだっけ。もう10年前がどんなだったかなんてこれっぽっちも思い出せないね。
Her faintly sparkling golden eye was wavering in the dark. He touched her teardrop with his fingers. Her tears ran down his fingers. They wouldn't flow down her cheek.
年ネギわかるんだ。こんなの迷惑だろうって。君がこうしてくれるときはいつもそう。私がダメになりそうなときだけ。でも
お互い様だ。
Yes, both of us. We're both far from the people we once were, Guy whispered quietly. He'd become conscious of the number of lives he encountered, as if comparing the number he saved with the number he let die. And that was why nothing had changed at all between him and Addie. Yes, both of us. When one of us feels ashamed, the other doesn't.
嘘でもないわ。僕も君と大差が。
そう。なら嘘でもいい。いいよね。
As the black cat said that, she touched my cheek with her clawed fingers. He felt a soft warmth when he held her. Her body, which should have been strong, put all of its weight onto his arms. When he whispered into her ear, the ears on top of the black cat's head flicked, holding her, because that warmth only exists inside of her. That warmth sucked up by my cold skin. Oh. Oh, wow. I don't even know what to say. When he kissed her white neck, I can feel it. Addie's warmth, as a living human, on my lips. Her lips touched her smooth white skin, not just once, but over and over. Addie's shoulders shook as they touched her. Her back quivered, and the heat coming from her body increased. She possessed exactly what Guy had lost: strength of life. Guy felt her warmth was the symbol of that. That was why he touched her so lovingly. Over and over, he repeatedly kissed her white skin. I'm wondering if they did this before. I mean, they've known each other for so long. Is this the first time, or... I'm not sure.
暑い唇は君の体こんなに冷たいのに唇だけどうして暑いのかなこんなにほてって
That's your own heat, Guy thought to himself as he kissed her neck. He stuck out his tongue a little and tasted sweat. Addie's back was quivering.
食べるのやめてキー
The Pukel hands wrapped around Guy's back tightened. The cat's claws dug in. A little pain, but Guy didn't show any sign of discomfort. The pain those claws brought about was of no concern to him. A black cat with physique and muscles strengthened by crack engines. Far stronger than any ordinary Pukel. She could stop any ordinary citizen's movement in no time. Even so, he was unconcerned. He could feel a tiny trail of blood flowing down his back. His bones wouldn't break. Her retractable artificial claws wouldn't tear Guy apart. 8 years ago, something horrible had happened. But now, she was quite skilled. Addie was unconsciously holding back.
そうやめないでそのままねお願い
Instead of nodding, I run my fingers down Addie's back. Her suppleness was conveyed through his fingers even as she shook. As Addie put more strength into her arms, something soft pushed against Guy's chest. I wonder what it is. I wonder. Ayo, ayo.
じゃあ
Hey, yo.
いつもビズの邪魔だけどさ
Hey.
こういう時は思うの
It's getting in the way of biz is crazy.
このままでよかったキーは好きだものね
I mean, a sensation unchanged since 8 years ago. I feel softness and tension. The golden eye that materialized after the revival had stopped Addie's aging and physical growth. Nothing about her changed. Guy remembered her tears. He remembered the black cat when she screamed and wept, saying she'd become a monster. The large hands tightening around his back, and the ears and tail which showed emotions her expressions didn't. She'd rejected them all that day, crying and screaming. Her body wouldn't change. These sensations were the same as back then. However, only her heart gets used to it.
キー暑い
Instead of answering, he touched his lips to her neck. The golden eye was gazing at him, only inches away.
つ約束して嘘でいいからキーお願い先に死なないって私が死ぬまで消えないで
We've been waiting for this. Come on, dog. I mean, let's not lie here. We've all been waiting for this. We've all been waiting for this scene. And I didn't even know if it was gonna happen. I'm gonna be real with you.
君が消えるまで私このままでいるからね
I can say as many lies as you want. However, promises are... Whoa! Alright. Time to get my censorship on post-editing. Let's go. She's enjoying this way too much, bro. She's been waiting for a long time.
恥ずかしくなってくる。
Bro, those kids, bro, Kia, and all of them, they must be asleep. They must be having the best sleep of their life, bruh. You don't hear anything? No one's taking a bathroom break? Imagine if one of them woke up. Oh. Imagine if one of them woke up and took a bathroom break and heard this. Kia would be like, "That's my boy." Yes, sir. That's my boy. That's my boy Gi. Let's go. Oh my gosh, bro. We all knew they were husband and wife. Like, Kia was onto something for real. I can feel heat overflowing all over her. It's rising, leaping. Where they were erotically connected, they could feel emotions and warmth. The horrendous quantity of heat filling her body from the inside became beads of sweat on her skin. It tinged her white and black limbs beautifully. Gi couldn't feel the weight from her implanted crack engines. Addie's thigh muscles were supporting that. Addie wanted to be careful of Gi's fragile body, so all of the strength she tried to hold back changed into heat and built up inside her. He knew because of his equation's right eye. An object of violent, pulsating power at the base of his abdomen was inside her, trapped between self-control and sexual tensions. You are really into him. Bro, calling your meat a freaking... What is this? What they call it? Calling your meat an object of violating... No way! Nah, I can't... I'm illiterate as hell, bro. You know what? Never mind. I embarrassed myself enough already. Now, what I was gonna say is, calling your meat an object of violent, pulsating power is crazy, bro. Ain't no way. Addie's body twisted from the urges. As a result, the heat radiating out of her rose even higher. I can't talk. Her unconscious muscle control was placing a burden on many of Addie's nerves. Her rough breathing was surely more than pleasure. She was literally buckling. That was why Gi didn't ask. He only answered. Gi's cranial organs screamed. He was keeping them active to restore nerves with the phenomenon equation. Such a long activation was exceedingly dangerous. Her whole body shook. Addie threw her head backward as she reached her limit. Addie's lower abdomen moved violently, continuing to receive sensations from Gi, breathing and faint screaming. Her body bent like a drawn compound bow. Strong power and heat came into her during back and hips. In an instant, the heat stored up inside of her flowed out to every corner of her body, down to the tips of her fingers and toes. I'm about to buzz! Ah! Addie's breathing stopped. A sensation resembling numbness assaulted her body. That, along with the heat, beat against all of her body's nerves. Gi touched her convulsing abdomen. Under her skin, he was pulsing and contracting repeatedly, sending it into her heightened heat. My heat is mixing with Gi's semen now. Oh, look how it's under the skylight. That's a beautiful scene. As my activated equation restores my nerves, her golden eye wavers. Gently, they both took their time. Addie whispered as the heat faded. It almost sounded like she was mumbling to herself, but Her voice and rough breathing definitely reached Guy's ears.
聞いたよ。デビットに第二水源地区にいたって。ダメ。あそこはもうダメだから。行かないで。ね、いい？
Don't go to the second water supply ward?
噂があるの。都市法執行が近いって。場所は第二水源地区。
An enforcer of city law. That's what she's talking about.
あの区画も終わり。だから終わりが来たら誰も止められやしないから行っちゃダメ。キー。
Wait, the end? What? What does she know? What's going on? What's going on? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No! I wanted more, bro. Why can't I have more? Oh my gosh. You ever just read a visual novel and it gets to that freaking... the erotic scene? What's it called? Whatever. You get to that scene and it's like, it finishes and it's like, you still haven't busted. It's like you have a freaking, you're bricked up, bro, and it just makes you mad, man. You ever just get so horny it just makes you mad, bro? That's me right now, man. Oh my gosh, I'm bricked. The sound of a clock. Hold on. I almost ripped out my I almost ripped out the cable for my capture card. Hold up. Alright, bet. We good. The sound of a clock. Is it time? Is it time? It continues to call. The second hand moves. It's over, dog. It's over. They're gonna wipe us all. They keep mentioning the culling, bro. Nah, we're done for. We're gonna be offered as sacrifices to the monsters, bro. We're actually done. But then why did the Grand Prince made the phenomenon equation? How come the Grand Prince made that and allowed us to use it then? I don't. His motivations are like so beyond me. It's whatever. It is a pocket watch of white silver. It is a pocket watch carried by one man. The golden spiral staircase towering into the darkness. The man standing at the foot of it is none other than the silver watch's owner. With his master in the corner of his eye continuing to climb the golden spiral staircase, the man continues to gaze at the watch, motionless. The man continues to gaze at the watch and speaks. Like a chrome-built, machine-wound doll in an inorganic voice.
私の計測が確かであれば、今まさに完全起動に成功。楽しい。
Oh no.
喝采せよ。喝采せよ。
He climbs. One master climbs the golden spiral staircase. He is the controller. He is the Grand Prince. He is the fool. The king of Inganock. The magician and scholar who discovered the phenomenon equation. He climbs the golden spiral staircase. One step at a time. Even now.
おお、素晴らしきかな。盲目の生贄はせず未だ都市にある。現在時刻を記録せよ。
Crack-a-crack-a-chrome!
貴様の望んだその時だ。レムルよ、震えるがよい。よい。これこそ我が愛の終焉である。 黄金螺旋階段の果てに
Oh,
我が夢我が愛の形あり
did they make it?
愚かなものだよ大公爵。あなたはまだそこを踏みしめて、あなたはもうダメなのに何を。
黙れ黙れ黙れ黙れ
Inner voices. 7 scenes? Oh, it's over, bro. Oh, it's over. That prince is gonna rain hell on us, bro. Nah, we're cooked. We're cooked. Oh man, what is happening? All right, let's save. Oh my gosh, Guy and Addy finally did it, bro. I'm so proud of them on some real shit, man. I'm so happy for them. Now it's like they actually have a family now. Alright, bet. Say less. Scene numero uno. I can't even hold you. I gotta take a piss, but I can't be bothered to do more editing on here. I want to keep this like as clean cut as possible. I don't like edit. Well, who likes editing, really? All right, let's go. I'll hold it in for now. If I have to go, I have to go. Let's do it. Scene 1.
最後に涙をこぼした自覚。それはサレムが炎に消えたあの日。キーヤと出会ってすぐのこと。涙は溢れて。この10年で僕は他の人々と同じく無限の涙に溺れながら日々を生きてきた。すでに失ったはずだった。流せるものなど。失ったものは多すぎた。人はあの日、無限の悲鳴に包まれて。僕の失ったものは、体の熱と、睡眠と食に関する欲求と、そして、そう、涙だった。けれども僕は涙を溢れさせて。そして、彼の存在を得た。僕のこの手に、今は、鋼の彼が。これで何ができるのかわからない。それでも、この手の届く人々へ、僕は差し伸べることをやめはしない。絶対に、絶対にだ。ゴーレム。この名を僕は知っている。41のクリッターの一体。熱死の殺意。名の由来は、西境の一地方である古カナーンに由来する泥人形だという。人間を模して作られた泥人形。動作を止めるには、記された文字を一文字だけ削り取ることだというが、クリッターであるゴーレムは、カナーン泥人形のその特徴を継がなかった。上層兵で構成された師団が壊滅したのだ。文字を削るべく、様々な手段を講じた上層兵師団は、ゴーレムの高熱によって怪人と化した。5年前のことだ。あれは、ひどい惨事だった。現在では復興が進んでいるけれど、5年前にゴーレムが活動した層の周辺は、灼熱のマグマの海となり、熱死を招いた。クリッターゴーレムは熱を有する。それゆえか、水源付近での目撃例が多い。ゴーレムは総数33体が存在しており、5年前の惨事を起こしたのは、中でも最大の個体だったという説もある。最大の個体は、最大の被害をもたらしたというわけだ。絶望的なあの災害で、最低1万、最大で10万の人々が消えた。もしも、僕がまともな睡眠を得て、過去を明瞭に呼び覚ませる夢を見たなら、きっと、あの惨事が浮かび上がるだろう。そう思えるほどに、あれは、ひどかった。僕は、無力か。この僕はあまりに無力だ。 誰かへ差し伸べるこの手に力はない。
Untrue. Untrue. You literally have a persona. I don't know what you're talking about. You killed like how many? The Wendigo, the freaking red tree. There was probably something else, but I forget. You could. Well, I know for a fact you killed at least 2 of those beasts. That's crazy, man. Was there a third one? I can't remember. If there was a third one, I think it happened last episode. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah? I'm desperately trying to remember right now. Ah, whatever. I'm not gonna remember right now.
力に焦がれることはある。アティの熱は僕にはとても眩しくて、スタニスワフの気迫には圧倒される。けれどこれが僕だ。どうしようもなく弱い人間、無力で何をも残せない男。ポルシオン、王の左手と炎の右手を持つ鋼。鋼の彼でさえ僕の力ではない。あれはきっと力ではない。あれに関する知識など何もないのに漠然とそう思う。たった一つのおとぎ話、都市インガノックに残された最後の人に美しいものをもたらすもの。そんなことができるとは思わない。僕には一つだけだ。この手をただただ前へ。
Inner voices. Alright. Scene 2. This is Kia, correct?
ギー、
Yep.
私を助けてくれたお医者様。暗がりに鎖でつながれていたキーヤをギーは助けてくれたの。魔法使いのお医者様、素敵なギー。不親切なようだけど本当はとっても優しいところが好き。毎日いろんなところへ出かけて巡回医師のお仕事をする彼の背中が好き。髪の毛はもっときれいに切った方がいいと思うのだけど、あんな風にボサボサなのも好き。ギーの優しい目が好き。子供たちと話している時の彼が好き。誰かのために泣いた彼が好き。きっと忘れない。あの日、あの時のギーの瞳を。だってあの時のギーはとてもギーのことは大好きだけれど嫌いなところだってあるわ。どんなに腕によりをかけて作ってもお料理にはちっとも手をつけないの。そんなギーが嫌い。シャワー室にまだキーヤがいるのに気づかずにドアを開けて顔をわからめもしないギーが嫌い。コーヒーを朝食と言い張るギーが嫌い。栄養が偏ります。キーヤを子供扱いするギーが嫌い。失礼しちゃうわ。眠ろうとしないギーが嫌い。本当は優しい目をしてるのにたまにひどく怖い目をするギーが嫌い。本当はそんな風に思わないのに冷たいことを言ってしまうギーが嫌い。でもギーのことが好き。あの子の呼ぶ声が聞こえる。気のせいだと決めつけても声は響いていて、そんな時ギーの服の裾を握るの。胸が温かくなるから。素敵な魔法使いのお医者様、あなたはあの子に キー、あなたはあの子に。
Inner voices. Yeah. Kia is very readable in that sense. Kia doesn't seem to keep much hidden. She's very, I guess, what's the word? She displays her emotions and her thoughts very well. Okay, this is Addie, scene 3.
空の暗さを私は知ってる。
Yep.
誰もがそう。あの灰色雲。灰煙が立ち込めるどんよりとした景色。それが空。他には何もないのさ。いつだって変わらない。夜だってそう。暗いけど灰煙が見える。私は思う。あの空ってやつはギーによく似てる。すごく似てる。そう言ったらキーヤは変な顔をした。でも私にはそう見えるのさ。灰色の空は暗いけど、その向こうはきっと輝いてるんだ。そう、ヨタ話。私だって太陽なんて信じない。輝く赤い炎なんて空にあるわけない。
That's such a good comparison. Gi is like... Hold on. The sky is a lot like Gi because it looks dark, but it's shining on the other side. That is... I love that comparison. That is very... Yeah, that describes his character very well. And all it takes is, I guess, sunshine. Like Kia being the sunshine to bring out his warm side. That's such a fire freaking metaphor? I don't know what you call it, but that's such a fire way to, like, characterize Gi, right? Or describe Gi.
でもさ、ギーならそういうこともあるかもしれない。そう思うのさ。笑っちゃうさね。ランナーのビズにもいろいろある。ハックにスラッシュだけじゃないのさ。たまには男を引っ掛けるなんてふざけた真似をしなきゃいけないこともあったりなかったりあったりもする。年に1回くらいはそんなビズの日がある。向いてない。全然そういうのは向いてない。ハックとスラッシュが一番いい。おめかししたって野良猫は野良猫さ。引っ掛ける男は大抵はゴロつきだし、金があろうとなかろうと、中産層だろうと仮想だろうとさ。ろくでもない男ばっかり。ま、お似合いなのかもしれないけど。こっちはいい迷惑さ。そういうビズは、ほら、低層の危機ってやつがあるから。
Oh. She's saving herself for Gi. Her chastity. So that was the first time they done it. At least that's what I'm thinking. Wait, am I mixing up chastity with virginity? Hold on. Chastity. Oh no. Wait. The state or practice of refraining from extramarital, or especially from all, intercourse. Extramarital is occurring outside marriage. Okay. So, her chastity. If she did it once with Gi, or multiple times with Gi, she still maintains the principle of chastity, right? She's still chastit? I don't know. How do you shorten the word chastity? Chastit? Whatever. Now she's getting awkward talking about it. Twist my claws? What does that mean? That sounds violent.
私の相手をしたいなら医療用のクラックの一つも使えて金にならない巡回加業でもしなきゃ。
If you want to do me, you'll have to learn to use the healing phenomenon equation and do some unlucrative traveling work. So basically, you'll have to be Gi. That's funny.
別に誰のことでもないけど。
Right. Okay. All right, Addy. I mean, come on. You might as well just admit it by now. You did it with him once. Why are you lying in your own thoughts? This is your inner voice. Stop lying to yourself.
10年前のこと。実はほとんど覚えていない。私はエンジン工場に立ち尽くしてた。あそこで私は何をしてたんだろう。顔も思い出せない両親はあの日に死んだと聞いているけど、あの日確か大きな事故が上層階段で。
Hold on. I heard my parents died that day, but I can't remember their faces. That day, I'm pretty sure there was a huge accident on the upper tier staircase. What? Huh. I don't know, dog. Interesting. Addie cannot keep lying to herself. Bro, she even lies to herself in her own thoughts, man. That's crazy. Alright. Scene 4. Who is this? I'm guessing... Ruaha?
パパとママの顔は
No.
覚えてない。気づいた時にはおじいちゃんがいたから。
We never got your inner voice. We never saw the inner voice of these twins, so this will be interesting.
おじいちゃんは腕利きの漁師さん。雨の日だって平気で漁に出かけて行って、美味しい鬼おこぜを取ってくる。鬼おこぜの唐揚げ。おじいちゃんの得意な料理。大好き。鬼おこぜのお刺身。おじいちゃんの得意な料理。大好き。おじいちゃんは私たちの自慢。いつでも元気で強くて、第二水源区の漁師のみんなから慕われて。おじいちゃんは本当にすごい人だわ。都市行政から表彰だってされたりしてて。だから私たちは平気。パパもママもいなくたって平気だわ。私たちはいつも元気。おじいちゃんがいるんだもの。元気だわ。
If they say, bro, if they say they're fine this much, they're clearly not fine, bro. They're going through it. I can tell.
情報屋になったのだって、おじいちゃんが面倒見てくれたから。パパとママを探すために、私たちが言ったわがままだったのに。おじいちゃんは認めてくれて、スタニスワフの亀地に頭まで下げて。私たちの全部、おじいちゃんがいてくれたおかげ。なのに。どうしておじいちゃん病気になったの？まだパパもママも見つけてないのに。まだプレゼント渡せてないのに。おじいちゃん。何のお話だったのかしら。おじいちゃんがずっと前に話してくれた。おじいちゃんがずっと前に話してくれたわ。あちしたちが生まれる前のこと。ずっと前のこと。10年前よりももっと昔のこと。不思議な生き物は水の中にいたんだって。おじいちゃんは言ったの。10年前のあれこれは、それが見えるようになっただけだって。不思議な生き物。どんなものだろうって、あちしたち、いろんなものを想像して騒いだわ。水の中でも錆びない溺れない都市精霊。水をスイスイ泳ぐプセール。ずぶ濡れで風邪をひいたバーゲスト。 ろんなものを言ったけど。
おじいちゃんはこういうの全部外れだなって。
正解は
何だったのかしら。
キーヤとギーってちょっと変。だってそう思わない？
あの組み合わせはちょっと変。だってそう思わない？
ずるい。キーヤは私たちとそんなには変わらない年齢だと思うのに。
How old are these? Are these kids? I thought they were lollies that were like way older than they looked, but apparently not. They're just apparently they're actually kids that are informants. What the heck? They really have to be an informant that young in Inganock, bro? Inganock is different.
だってあの子ったら男と同棲してるのよ。そんなに若くないけど男と同棲。
でもどうなのかしら。大人っぽいのがちょっと悔しいわね。
本人は大人だって言ってるのね。なんとかして情報を手に入れたいけど、あの子の情報は特一級クラスの機密並み。
おませさんのキーヤメ。
いつかギャフンと言わせて。
いつか絶対謎を解いてやるわ。
あの子はどこの何者なのか。分かったら言いふらしちゃおうかしら。
言いふらすのはないわね。
言いふらすのはないわよ。
Inner voices. Yeah. I don't know. Something is very strange about Kia's existence, but that is like at the back of my mind. What's at the forefront of my mind right now is what the Grand Prince is scheming and what's going to happen. Okay. Scene 5. Maybe this is what's her name? Ruha? Maybe this is Ruha?
探しているの。
Oh. Wow, I am missing. What the? I'm getting text on my phone. That's no big deal. Alright, cool. I bet. Okay, just listen to this.
探し物。私、探してる。ずっとずっと。ずっと前に見つけたの。でも、長い時が経ったから、わからない。もうわからない。どんな姿になってるの？どんな声になってるの？探しているの。探し物。覚えていたこと。たくさんの泡と、たくさんの水と。思い出せない。形をもらったの、この前だから。ずっとずっと前、覚えてたのに。
She said before she received this form. Was she an animal? A mutant? That's important. That's got to be important somehow. They say these revealing things and they expect you to glaze over it. No, this is important. Huh. Is Kia the same way? What if Kia was the same way? I don't know.
たくさんの泡と、たくさんの泡。好きになったの、あの子。たくさん忘れたけど、一つだけ約束忘れない。
Inner voices. So she had a past apparently. I don't know. I really don't know. Scene 6 and scene 7. Ruha. I'm calling it right now. Damn it! Come on, man. Alright. It's time to read. About creatures. The 41 huge, brutal fantasies that appeared in the city of Inganock. Their goal is to harm humans. The people see the creatures as calamities. No one handles them like living things. Since they couldn't be defeated through physical means, they couldn't possibly be handled as such. The creatures who imitate the forms of illusory fairy tales are set to kill humans by the orders of some entity. What? The Grand Prince? The difference between them and normal monsters is that they all have a spring screw somewhere in their bodies. There's sure to be one in the body of any creature. With heights ranging from 3 to 20 meters, no form of physical destructive force other than their unique weaknesses would ever harm a creature. They release a sound which stiffens the human mind. It's been called the voice of panic. It's also called the creature voice. It's like that screech you hear from those like undead zombies in Ocarina of Time. That's creepy, man. There's a rumor of unknown veracity that they've hidden themselves somewhere for the past 5 years. The majority of the creatures except for one portion. By throwing in a number of powerful engine humans with crack engines implanted all over their bodies, it is possible to temporarily halt a creature's activity. However, that only applies to the small ones. It's known that a portion of the smaller ones were subjugated, but the details are unknown. About engines. They supply various forms of mechanical power, perform high-level calculations, and even manage information. They are a key part of civilization across all of the known world. At present, although Inganock is isolated from the rest of the world, it's no exception. Engines appear all over every tier of the city. They're all external combustion engines, and the greater the size, the greater the output. Aristocrat mansions and engine factories, as well as some merchant homes, are allowed to set up large and medium-sized engines. At the level of an ordinary subject or citizen, one small-sized engine exists in each house. In addition, these past few years, it's become normal for people to steal engine energy. The most popular targets are city administration's power conduits. They're used to power the large machines it manages. What? They are used to power the large machines it manages in each tier. Okay. About the revival. An abnormal phenomenon which attacked the city of Inganock in year 533, month 12, day 25, by the allied kings and nobles' reckoning. What? By the allied kings and nobles' reckoning. Who? What? The great underground engines became home to the violent dragon, and every tier in the city was overrun with beasts, sprites, abnormal plants, and countless monsters. Many of the people in the lower tiers who lived through it changed into fantastic beings. Then the fearsome creatures had their way with the powerless people. The dead number in the tens and hundreds of thousands. Now that 10 years had passed, after a great many sacrifices and blessings, the people have just barely managed to coexist with the monsters. They flee from the 41 large fantastic creatures, secure domains they can live in, and maintain their engine civilization by the skin of their teeth. This has also become an opportunity to develop unique technologies such as the phenomenon equation and crack engines. About the fantastic city of Inganock. A royalty and nobility-owned large engine city located at the southern tip of the eastern continent of this known world. The eastern continent. Okay, so that's Asia. Assuming the world is the same as, the modern world, or I guess the real world, that would be Asia. The southern tip of the eastern continent. So like what? Indonesia? The Philippines? I mean, that's south, right? I mean, should we assume this took place in Japan? I don't know. I don't think it matters that much. I don't think they'll tell us. It's a multi-tiered, complete environment city whose construction was based on the Arcology city plan and looks like a single enormous castle. It was an enormous construct with several stacked tiers that over 1 million citizens called home. Year 2206 by Central Northern Reckoning. Year 533, month 12, day 25, but the Allied Kings and Nobles' Reckoning. The city was enveloped in the explosive formation of the infinite mist, and contact with the outside became impossible. Covered in the frightening mist, the city changed into something fantastic, just like the sea and sky of the known world. The people in neighboring regions gave up on contacting what was once a city. It's said that Inganock had already been labeled a ruin unaffiliated with the kings and nobles. Inner voices. Okay, scene 7. About the known world. A world filled with the prosperity brought about by steam engines and covered in dark gray skies and seas. The sun and stars only occasionally peek through between the corners of the mixing smog in the vast gray sky. I am losing my voice. Not really my voice, actually. It's just my brain. My brain is slowing down. In this world, fine weather refers to when the smog is relatively thin. There are 3 continents on the world map: the central northern continent, the eastern continent, and the southeastern continent. Okay, so this is very different from our world. The regions around the poles remain uncharted, with the with the Lomar Sea in the northwest, and the world water shell cutting off the southern part. Creating a world map remains difficult. This world is an enormous spheroid called a planet. The only proof of that is the fact that none of the people living outside these 3 dark continents know about this world. The Great Kingdom or the Central Northern Empire, as well as the allied kings and nobles, have made the creation of planetary world maps a taboo. Those places crammed into the known world are only part of the planet. They have about the same total area as Oh, this is a whole different planet. They have about the same total area as Sekien, Earth, or greater. The existence of a horizon has not been confirmed. About the phenomenon equation. Well, they answered my question. Okay. That's interesting. It's a whole different planet? Huh. I guess it's because it's like year 2206, I believe. It's like the scientific advancements made on Earth must have been like pretty crazy. So I guess people have inhabited other planets, right? That's what I assume. About the phenomenon equation. A power born in Inganock when numerous illusions manifested during the revival 10 years ago. A technology that doesn't exist elsewhere in the known world, but is unique to the isolated Inganock. It's a strange theory that Grand Prince Astia discovered while researching the reasons and causes of the revival filling the city. By understanding a certain kind of equation and carving it into one's brain, one could control phenomena resembling fairy tale magic. If mastered, it was possible to control flames more destructive than any firearm or heal a damaged body. However, only a small portion of humans could learn the complex and strange Astia theory. Those who can use it make up less than 1% of the city's population. Since there are so few examples, it remains unknown whether a mutated brain is required to learn it. About crack engines. Engine machines created through the use of the phenomenon equation, either to be equipped on or implanted into a human body. A type of engine machine that doesn't exist elsewhere in the known world, but is unique to the isolated Inganock. They were originally developed as artificial limbs for hosts of physical mutations, but their present applications have expanded to include strengthening of the mind and body. Many humans in the lower tiers have substituted these engines for mutated bodies or limbs lost in the monster attacks. Hold on. Okay. The substitution surgery used to implant them is colloquially called enginization. There do exist some lower tier citizens who enginize themselves out of convenience, but they're different from those with over 40% of the body enginized. They're said to be at extremely high mental and physical risk, but there are very few of them. There are many runners who enginize themselves by implanting crack engine limbs developed for combat into their internal organs. If one becomes a completely enginized engine human, it's rumored that one could annihilate even a large monster. However, The burden placed on the brain and the mind is amazing, and no successful instances of a complete substitution surgery have ever been recorded. What if the Grand Prince was this enginized? What if he enginized himself to the point of no return, and he's a bit delulu now? He's a bit cuckoo. I don't know, dog. A certain group of people call this technology cybernetics. About the fantastic mutants. The term refers to those who were originally human, but whose bodies were mutated under the influence of their revival. Since the majority of Inganock's residents have come down with some kind of large or small mutation, in the strictest sense, it is simply means citizens of Inganock. Generally speaking, it refers to people with large mutations that make their outward appearance different from humans. They're also called aliens, but this is a term the upper tier uses in regards to lower tier citizens, so it probably contains a xenophobic nuance. Hardly anyone in the lower tier uses that name. Generally speaking, words such as pukel, shelub, and naga are used to refer to different species. About monsters. They're neither fantastic mutants or creatures, but organisms resembling sprites, and pixies from fairy tales. They're also called mystic beings. Technically, the engine spirits that occasionally pop into existence around engine factories are a kind of monster, but most of them make their homes in various corners of Inganock's lower tiers. Since they're basically the same as animals, it's possible to attack and drive them off. The weak ones, that is. The strong ones can cause tremendous destruction wherever they appear. The lowest tiers of all are home to a great many strong monsters. Unless you had a runner escorting you, wandering down into the lowest tier would get you killed almost immediately. Inner voices. Bro, my voice is not it today. My voice is... Anyway, it's a good point to save, and I think I'll stop here. It's getting late for me. I do want to stop here. 22nd. So it would be here. Alright, cool. I hope it didn't freeze. If so, I'm gonna have to go through all that again and then save again, but whatever. I mean, let's see. Usually the longer you use VNDS in a period of time, the more unstable it becomes, so things like that happen. Oh, nice. Okay. Cool. Load. Yeah, it's there. Let's make a backup save. Oh, that's not save. That's load. All right. Let's make a backup save. All right, cool. We should be fine. All right. I'm going to end off here. That was a decently long episode. Next episode, your guess is as good as mine. I have no idea what's going to happen. I have no idea what the Grand Prince is scheming, but it can't be anything good. Addy knows something about it. I don't know why. Whatever. That's going to happen next episode. I'll see y'all later, man. Peace.